This is a 1985 Sea Ray Sundancer. It's a 270 model. That measures at 29 feet 2 inches. I used this boat myself last year. This is our personal boat. We kept on Lake Winnebago. We used it every weekend. The boat itself is in very good shape. We just wet sanded and buffed the hull. There are no soft spots in the hull whatsoever. The boat runs good. It shifts good. Goes through the water good. Handles bad water nicely. It has dual hydraulic trim tabs. All the bellows are good. U-joints are good. I just installed the stainless prop. I do have an aluminum prop that comes with it as well. Let's walk up top and take a look. All the lights work. All the accessories work. Up here in the cabin, we have underneath the seat, I have blue mood lighting installed. You can kind of see it right there. This seat, see if I can do this with one hand, flips up, and then the bottom guy flips up. So you can have access to the engine panel. Down here is the motor. It's a Mercruiser 330. It's a 7.4, 454. There's the velvet transmission back there that is coupled to the TR drive. Over here, pardon my fumbling, we have the AC down here. Dual fuel tanks. There's new Senna units in both tanks. Down here is battery charger, the lockable battery switch. There's an automatic bilge pump down there. These guys unsnap, and these little seats fold down. And there's one over there as well. This guy lifts up. Again, I'm going to do this one-handed. I'm going to try to do it one-handed. This guy slides out. There's a little cooler in there. And then he slides in and locks in for when you're underway. This is the window for the aft cabin. The stereo all works. The camper top is in decent shape, but this back panel and this back panel, the isinglass has begun to yellow and it should be replaced. These screens have seen the end of their life and could be replaced, but the isinglass is still in decent, usable shape. Same as with the other side. The wipers all work. We'll go through a quick tour of everything here. This is a Standard Horizon 1700 marine radio that has GPS built right into it. Brand new gauges. I just refit this year. Down over here you have the trim tab adjustments, your engine controls, start, trailer trim, drive trim. The drive trim does not work in the up position, so you have to use the trailer position or the trailer trim button rather than the up. It never affected me. I just use this for up trim rather than this button. It works fine in the down position. Here we have all our different lights, navigation lights or anchoring lights, the cockpit lights. I do have a separate switch for the blue mood lights in back. This switch controls both wipers. Down is driver only, up is both. Bilge pump, this is an automatic mode. If you flip it up, it's manual mode. Step down pump, that's for the shower. Water system, that's for pressurized water system. Cabin lights, this turns on the 12 volt cabin lights. The blower, The blower does have a little bit of squeal in it. It works, but you can hear the motor running. The horn always worked, but for whatever reason this spring it decided not to work. Up here is the radar. This is a navigation system. I've never used it. I don't have the card for it. I don't even have a clue on how to use it. It came with the boat. I've gone through the manuals and never really had the need for it. This is the radar. That all works. The upholstery's in good shape. It's a little dirty right now. We just took it out of storage. Haven't cleaned anything up yet. It's nice and soft yet. Nice and pliable. There's storage under this seat. Lines, throwables, first aid kits. Everything is here to put it on the water. This door closes up like this. And then this hatch pulls back and folds down. It's lockable. This flips up, slides back, and it can be snapped up into place. This guy can come forward and be snapped off here. If you want to leave it open while running, there's another snap to keep the door shut here. Let's take a walk inside and see what we see. First off over here, this is a closet. All paperwork, manuals. I have all of the manuals and paperwork since this boat was brand new. This is the electrical panel. This is for shore power. You know, if your plug's messed up, this will come on. This is the main breaker for if you're plugged into shore power. It'll show you AC volts. This is the breaker for the outlets in here where you'd normally plug something in. That guy. For the stove, the water heater I have disconnected. I installed the AC where you see the AC before. That's where the water heater used to be. The onboard charger. And there's also a spare breaker. There's additional storage up here. The headliner and whatnot is in very good shape. There's little curtains that roll up. And then they get snapped up there and up there. We installed the stereo. That's a USB. It's iPod compatible, Bluetooth compatible. You can plug in with an auxiliary switch. USB flash drive if you have music on those. This table does remove. You can fold this down into a bed. Right here is another table. I'm so not going to be able to do that with one hand. That actually sets right on top of this table. And it just sits in these grooves to hold it in place. And that table's about this big by this big. If you want a little bit more dining area. Back here, we have the aft cabin. This is where the AC vents in. Everything's in good shape back here. There's storage up there. These all lift up. And this guy slides out of the way, and you can have like a little dinette seating arrangement back here. Leave these cushions in, and these guys come out. This is the back canvas and isinglass. Under here is the inverter and storage. There's a privacy curtain here that slides across. So you can have privacy in the aft. Little storage cubby in the aft. Carpet is definitely dirty, but it's in decent shape. And I have a little runner down here. It's not really hiding anything, just lever down to keep the floor nice. In here is the head. This is a porta potty style head. It is connected to an external pump out, so you can pump that out at any point in time without removing the porta potty. There's storage back there. There's a shower hookup. The hose that goes on the faucet that goes up to the shower, this hose broke and I never replaced it. We never used the shower anyway, so 12 volt and 110 volt lighting. There's 110 volt power in here for dryers or curling irons or whatever else you might need in the water closet. 12 volt 110 volt fridge. We leave that open in the winter. That's why this is swinging, so it doesn't get moldy. There's countertop up here. The stove is under the microwave. There is a little whatnot for storing whatnots down there. There's storage up here. A little fan. Storage whatnots. We always put plates and whatnot up there. Drawers, silverware and stuff. That's what we always put in those. There's storage under the sink. Also, your electrical connections for the stove and fridge are back there. There's a hot and cold water sink if you have the hot water hooked up. Up here is the V-berth. I do have the cushion, I just have it removed. There is, these curtains slide all the way across. They're not tucked in the bottom. And this guy slides across. You get the concept.